Hey guys, welcome to Khanvolution. My name's Khan, and right now I'm going to be checking out Swamp Thing episode 3 titled He Speaks. If you guys haven't checked out my reaction to episodes 1 and 2, I'll leave their link in the description below so you guys can go ahead and check them out before joining back with me for episode 3. But I loved episodes 1 and 2, the concepts, the horror elements, the characters, the story, everything hooked me from episode 1. So it boggles my mind, as to like how they could let this show actually be canceled. If you guys haven't checked out my episode 2, actually went into detail about the reasons of why it was canceled. There was a lot of monetary issues and situations with like paperwork and things like that. So I really hope this series does get renewed for a season 2, or maybe another streaming service picks it up. Hopefully. If you guys haven't tweeted out #Save Swamp Thing, please do so and support this series because it's an amazing, wonderful series. What happened last time? Basically, episode 2 went into a little bit more detail. I love how each of the episodes you get to see so much of Swamp Thing. They're not really hiding him. You saw him in episode 1, and then you got to see more of him in episode 2 and his powers. So basically he has a connection with Susie, the little girl who got infected in the first episode from her dad. I guess the swamp was trying to find a host to embody the persona of Swamp Thing, and tried to go for her father initially, but it didn't work out properly, and he basically became a monster because he died too soon, and the disease couldn't take full effect in him. However, the swamp recognized Alec Holland as a proper host and ultimately made him the Swamp Thing. It's not the only thing that's going on. There's a lot of drama and politics in the background too. For example, Avery Sunderland is like freaking out because the CDC's here and questioning about his role in this disease outbreak that's been caused. Basically, he's trying to inject things into the swamp to be able to produce more, grow faster vines and stuff like that. So his company might be the underlying cause of why the vines are behaving the way they are, or why the swamp suddenly has a consciousness. But also Marie Sunderland now brought her daughter back somehow, who passed away because something to do with Abby Arcane. I don't know, man, but the series is very, very interesting to me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out episode 3 titled He Speaks. Oh man, all right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, son. Alec? What the hell?
What happened to your shoes?
Didn't you just kill that fool last episode?
You don't even remember me, do you? You're sorry! I'm coming back for you, sweetie!
Oh shit, bro. Damn! Holy crap! He got his ass ripped apart. Oh, okay. So the swamp is... What? What? Yo, he's coming back to life?
I know this sounds insane, but there's a human being out there. His entire body was covered in plants and vines.
Susie went to see him because...
To help him. That he was sick and he needed her. And she told me that this person's name was Alec.
Have you told anyone else about this?
I don't know if I should. Hey.
Dr. Troost and the new CDC team arrived this morning. You've heard of Dr. Jason Woodrow?
Yes, the biogeneticist?
The invading organism has adapted to its prey with great specificity. Part parasite, part carnivore, yet entirely plant-based material. What else do you see?
I see a man named Eddie Coyle, a human being that lived and was tortured to death by an awful disease.
Nature is brutal. Life devours life, and it's a battle to the death.
I'm on the side of humans in this battle.
And today, the score is plants 1, human 0.
Told you. Got nothing to say.
It's a small town, Gordon.
I don't know what you think you've got, but it's complete and utter bullshit.
Look, I know you've been making off-the-books loans to Avery Sunderland. It's him I want. Talk to me. I'll keep your name out of the paper.
So where are we at on the Alec Holland front?
If nothing pops up by tomorrow, then we close it out as accidental.
Ma, we found Susie Coyle. If Abby Arcane hadn't been involved, this story might not have a happy ending.
True.
Harlan, will you sleep on the job?
Sorry, Abby.
What?
I know caregivers aren't supposed to get sick on your watch, but...
Harlan?
Oh crap!
Here's O2. Initiate value guidelines and protocol.
Dude, he's like literally coughing up swamp material.
How with Avery's secrecy, I need to get into Holland's lab and figure out what he was working on.
Be careful.
How are you coming home? Tonight? Tomorrow?
As soon as I get a kill. What the hell?
Oh no! Holy crap! What the frick, dude?
Wish you could have seen it, Caroline.
I'm out. I don't know how you convinced me to do this in the first place. If the bank finds out I'm transferring funds for personal loans for you, I could go to prison.
So you just man up and fix it.
I need it all back, repaid in full, or... This town's gonna be awfully surprised when they find out the mighty Avery Sunderland's actually in debt up to his eyeballs.
Oh, she's back at Alec's lab. Oh no! Yo, these insects are following her now?
Mommy.
Oh shit.
Do you really think Daddy stayed faithful to you all these years?
Why would you say something like that?
Does he seem like the kind of man who could stay faithful to anyone? Does he even still love you?
Shauna, what you're saying is cruel.
Or maybe he keeps you around for some other reason.
Stop it.
That's freaky. That'd be Arcane's phone number. Messy. Man.
May I offer you a drink? I sure as hell could use one.
It's two things we have in common.
Oh yeah, you better get out, girl. Yeah, that can't be good. Oh shit! Holy crap! Oh my god, he's like on like freaking skeleton. Holy crap, I think. Oh, good lord.
Fuck away from me!
Go. Oh, he's here. Save your girl, save your girl. That looks tight. Oh shit, superhero fight. By insects. It's like I killed you once before, I can do it again. Can he like undo this? Oh shit, yeah he is.
You're safe now.
Susie Coyle said you were Alec Holland.
It is him, man.
Do you remember what happened?
I was burning. What am I?
A good man. A scientist. Someone who could help me find a way to bring the men I knew back. I don't understand this disease and why it's fighting us.
Not fighting. Fighting back.
Fighting back, yo. Yeah, he can feel the swamp, dude. I mean, he can feel the swamp, so obviously...
It's not fighting.
It's fighting back.
It's fighting back. buying 2 syringes.
You're administering immunosuppressants.
The antibiotics are just making things worse.
Their immune system is keeping them alive.
They're never going to outgun this, and it's mutating at lightning speed. The more we fight it, the harder it attacks back.
Exactly. There you go.
190, 185.
That's so cool.
I'm your biggest fan.
That's funny.
Hey. We're trying a new medicine, and I think it's working.
You saw Alec again, didn't you?
I want to help him, but I'm not sure how. We're gonna figure this out, okay, sweetie?
Thank you so much for helping us.
You're welcome.
Oh, Maria, we are so close. It just needs one more tranche of funding to pinpoint the exact makeup of these accelerated processes.
You need money.
Whoa.
The answer is no. And I've been funding this nonsense of yours long enough.
Maria! Maria! You're not cutting me off!
Everything all right?
Everything's fine.
It's good to have you back.
Oh, this guy's gonna get it. Avery's gonna come for his ass, that's for sure. There you go.
That was quite a thing you did. Who do you think you are?
Oh, no. You messed up. Oh shit, someone's here. Yo, this episode was crazy. Okay, so what do we know? We know that the swamp is letting out this disease and the humans are being infected, but we don't know for what purpose. I mean, we know that it's fighting back, but is it because of Avery Sunderland, what he's injecting into the swamp, and because it's grown so much and it developed a consciousness for itself? Is that what's happening? And that's why it's infecting, you know, that's why it infected Alec Holland, and the you know, even the insects are, you know, developing some sort of hive level type of consciousness, you know, able to bring or reanimate, you know, dead corpses and stuff like that. That fight was awesome, by the way. It was super cool. I love the lighting and the cinematography in this episode, dude. It's like the black with the green and the red. The light, it was fantastic. It was awesome. And I really like the red in the Swamp Thing's eyes. That's just so awesome, because in the comics it's usually that red in the green that stands out, you know what I'm saying? So going back to the disease itself, you know, obviously Abby's friend gets infected. That sort of puts her on a path to figuring out a faster path to figuring out what the disease is. Goes back to Alec's lab and, you know, has that whole incident with that, you know, dead corpse fighting with Swamp Thing. And he basically he sees him in his dream at the beginning of the episode. He sees him in his dream and he realizes who he is, and that the spirit of the swamp sort of brought his tortured spirit back, and he actually healed him and released his spirit, I guess, and just the body just, like, you know, disintegrated into like liquid. It was freaking disgusting, but so cool, you know? I mean, hand it to the props team and the special effects department for exactly what they're doing, because they're doing a marvelous job at this, and you can definitely see the amount of money that went in. It's crazy how the budget didn't come through for them at the end. We also got, you know, drama between the sheriff and Avery. There's obviously history there. Sheriff's son has a thing with Abby, or Abby's actually not sure about that, because she still cares about, you know, Alec and wants to help her. Susie also wants to help Alec. I mean, it's just everything is so interconnected and interwoven, you know? And of course Avery tries to come back to his wife to get funds. I guess that's how he kind of rose to power, with his wife's family's funds, you know, and funding his research and all this stuff. But ultimately he's causing this whole situation in the first place, you know, and he wants more funds to do it even more, you know. And obviously Maria maybe gets some good advice from her ghost daughter and realizes that no, this guy's actually like a villain, which actually this episode does a pretty good job of showing, because he beats up that, you know, loans manager, and then now he's gonna target Abby's friend afterwards, because he knows, you know, he's gonna make sure there's there's no traces leading back to him, or no breadcrumbs leading back to him, you know what I'm saying? So this is such a cool episode because it dives into it dives a little bit deeper into the motivations of the individual's characters. I mean, the first 2 episodes, I think we got a pretty good deep motivation of like what Alec and Abby are all about, but now we get, you know, the deeper understanding of the other characters, Abby's friend, Abby's, you know, co-worker. We see the other CDC members come in and try to take over, but, you know, Dr. Abby Arcane, she knows what she's doing, of course, with the help of Swamp Thing, letting her know that it's not, you know, fighting humans, it's actually fighting back. Basically what Abby did in the hospital is give the individuals immune suppressants, basically to bring down the immune system so the body doesn't attack against whatever the plant-based disease is doing to the body. So I guess, you know, it brought the attack down a little bit, which medically speaking makes sense, but you kind of have to wonder what the actual disease is doing to these humans in the first place. I don't know. And of course, the Swamp Thing itself. The Swamp Thing itself is so like divided on its, I think there's part Swamp, there's part Alec, and the two are kind of like, they're not really butting heads against each other, but it's really about, you know, Alec coming into acceptance with what he's become. Is there even a way to save him? At least from what I remember is that, you know, there's really not a way to separate the man from the swamp, because Alec pretty much died and the swamp is literally what's keeping him tethered to reality, or alive, so to speak, you know? So I don't know if this series will bring Alec back, or will he forever be, you know, an avatar of the swamp? Who knows? I hope he does come back. I feel like Abby and you know, Alec, you know, belong together, but we'll have to see. Episode 4 next week, guys. So what did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. What do you guys think of the individual characters and the direction that this series is taking? Are you enjoying it as much as me? Share your enthusiasm and excitement down below. Obviously, tweet out hashtag save Swamp Thing. And as always, if you guys are enjoying my videos, please hit a like, please subscribe, and please share the video with any other fans of Swamp Thing out there, and DC fans out there, of course. And I'll see you guys later in the next episode reaction. All right, until then, have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you are. Bye. Thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed this reaction, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you later.